Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Thank you. So today that was revealed from the G.I. Joe panel was the G.I. Joe Classified series Zartan and Cobra Infantry Troopers. This was something that I broke in the previous video, so it was great to see that I got confirmation on this today. I was a little bit surprised that they did not show the remaining figures that are supposedly in the waves that I broke in the previous videos. I do expect them over the next couple of weeks and months to reveal those figures when the time comes, because supposedly some of the figures from that line will be movie based from the Snake Eyes movie. So unless Paramount give them the green light, I don't think that they can reveal those figures quite yet. So here we have Zartan and we have the Cobra Infantry, and I think the artwork on the boxes is something that makes these characters really stand out, and I like the fact that Hasbro asked different artists to give them renditions of the characters. It gives us a new unique look at each character, and I think it makes it a little bit less uniform, which really makes it stand out. So here we have Zartan, and I have to say, as a big fan of this character, this looks absolutely outstanding. I like the modernization of this character, and I think the way it comes with a number of weapons. So you have our sci-fi gun that I'm sure a lot of people are very happy to see returning yet again. We have a knife. We have this set that seems to be a backpack also with a face in it. Now, according to the Hasbro panel, this face can be worn on the face of Zartan, and that is very interesting. I think this has a sort of Mission Impossible vibe to it, with the briefcase being able to make the faces. Here we have a snake head, which is very cool, and it can actually connect on to Zartan's belt. And also we have a monkey paw with some wishes that have been used, which can also feature on Zartan's belt. Zartan is a very unusual character, and I think that these two little accessories are a very nice pick for this character and myself thinking. Here we have the Cobra Infantry, and Hasbro said that each of these characters will have unique inkjets, which means that no two characters or no two figures will be the same. This guy comes absolutely armed to the teeth, and I think that that looks really nice. And I think overall the weaponry, the way it can stash on this character in various different forms, means that this guy will be very nicely built as a Cobra Trooper, and I think will really build out those army builders. A very clever idea. I would like to see this guy getting the Marvel Legends treatment, in that it's in an all cardboard box so that we can buy them at a cheaper price than in the main line. The next items that were revealed, and there was only 4 items revealed today from Target, which I think was a little bit of a disappointment personally, because I think 4 figures in a line for a reveal today in a panel, it wasn't good enough. I think that we should have seen a lot more, and we should have gotten a lot more, say like the G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes helmet and the Cobra Commander helmet that have also been shown. Maybe a demonstration from them, and certainly more characters. This is a big problem, and looking at the chat from today, this was a massive issue in terms of they revealed these 2 characters, and arguably I'm going to say this is going to cause as much if not more frustration from fans at Hasbro for what they've just decided to do yet again here. The chat was absolutely lit up about this. They decided to make a Cobra Viper and Firefly figure available for pre-order and exclusively at Target. That is the most ridiculous thing I've seen from a company in a while. They know the issues that have plagued this Cobra Island line, and from what I'm hearing just now, some UK suppliers don't know if they'll be getting this line. They also do not know if they will be getting the line closer to the release date or what's going to happen there. Firefly is a very prominent character within G.I. Joe, particularly within the Cobra ranks. So to think that you might miss out on a figure like this due to the stupidity of a company giving an exclusive to a company that do not know how to handle exclusives is absolutely insane. I cannot understand the rationale behind that. Ultimately, Hasbro are happy because these figures sell out and they've gotten their money. What I can't understand is the choice to give one company these exclusives. We've seen time and time again that Amazon, for example, handle exclusives well, and there's always the guarantee that generally on Amazon they will restock those exclusives, and most people will leave that transaction feeling very happy and they'll get what they want through a pre-order. The fact that they've decided to do this yet again is absolutely incredible stuff, and I have to say they should have been looking at the chat. The chat was very, very honest in saying they couldn't believe that this was happening. Anyway, I'll go down and break these figures down anyway. I was excited by these until I heard that they were Target exclusive, and with 4 figures being revealed today, I think it was ridiculous of Hasbro to have half of that wave stuck on an exclusive, and it was to Target. I mean, that is a baffling decision. Breaking down Firefly, this looks like a very exciting figure. Am I going to have to break this down and then maybe not ever get it? That's the attitude I'm at the moment. But anyway, we shall proceed. So we have Firefly here with his sort of vest, and it looks very, very nice. The sculptor was Corey, and I have to say, he seemed far more interested in G.I. Joe than he does when he's on the Hasbro Power Rangers line. So maybe Corey should shift his focus fully towards G.I. Joe rather than Power Rangers, because some of the sculpt work on Power Rangers has been downright disrespectful, and the fact that they have 3D images of the helmets baffles me as to how they've gotten some of them wrong also. But anyway, nevertheless, we'll talk about Firefly. So Firefly comes with this sort of mask that's very similar to what we've seen with Beachhead, except his mask is sort of contorted and pulled to the side. As Corey said, that this was a character that wouldn't really care how he looked. He has a flatter nose that suggests that has his nose broken a number of times, and he has very wild eyes with scarring around it. Firefly is a character I'm a big fan of. Now, when we see this as a Target exclusive, the likelihood of this character being put out on the main line with a recolouring is very high. So I would say for anybody that does end up missing out on this, this will be recoloured and put out in the main line in some way that we've just seen with the Cobra Infantry. He comes with a very cool looking drone. He comes with some goggles, some sticks of dynamite, and a backpack that which a lot of this can fit on. Like I said, this is a very interesting looking figure. I think the way it's designed looks very nice. I like the gun with it, but ultimately, are we going to be able to get it? Remains to be seen. The next character that we have is the Cobra Viper, and I think that this looks absolutely outstanding. Now personally, I would have liked to see that this neck was covered. Now we do have a scarf to cover that neck, but I would have liked to see maybe a blue or a red that fully covers that neck. I don't know if I like the fact that you can see the skin colour below it, because I would imagine you could see many different individuals working for Viper, for Cobra's organisation as Vipers, rather than just white people. So I would have liked to have maybe fully covered armour on that one, to maybe swap heads with certain characters as well too. Like I would love to see, say, if you were to have another Roadblock maybe that could swap heads with this, if it was in the same sort of scale, same body type, that maybe Roadblock went undercover as a Viper, but you can't do that with this one now. Similarly as well too, if you have certain characters that are of different races, you can't have their heads on this if they are undercover. You know, so that's kind of a playability thing that I think that they've missed out on personally. So I think the head sculpt for this is outstanding. This looks really nice, and I think that the Viper head does look outstanding. I like the detailing that's going through the body as well too, the canisters and the straps and the forearm guards, and also the Cobra symbol that we have here on the belt buckle. There is goggles that will be included that can go over the helmet and over the eyes, which looks really cool and can differentiate those characters. The point of the scarf is to differentiate those characters, that maybe the individual with the scarf is a team leader. So that looks like it's pretty interesting. Last but not least, we have a backpack which a lot of these characters are sporting, and it seems like the weapons can fit within holsters and within this backpack. I'm a big fan of the gun. I think the gun looks really cool, and it does look like it would be a heavy artillery individual. The storyline for this is that these two characters are now chasing Roadblock through the jungle in Cobra Island, and like I said, it's a missed opportunity in my opinion, that if you wanted to have a covert operation and that maybe Roadblock ran into these guys and was able to beat one up and steal his uniform to surprise Firefly, it takes you out of that story mode and that playability in my opinion. So again, like I'm saying, they need to think about these things personally. Ultimately, like I said in the video here, is that I cannot believe that they have made these two exceptional looking characters and made them into Target exclusives. It's a baffling decision, and one of these characters is in fact an army builder as well too, which is just going to cause way more hassle for fans. Like I said, the chat was absolutely lit up with people saying they couldn't believe that this is a Target exclusive. Put these on Amazon, do what you did with Storm Shadow. I have got Storm Shadow. They're supposedly doing a second release of Storm Shadow. It was easy to get from Amazon, and I wasn't even able to get that from Amazon UK. They cancelled it. I was able to get it from Amazon.com. So ultimately I still have a Storm Shadow, which I'm very happy about. But with this it's far more struggling. I have not got a Cobra Trooper yet, so that is entirely frustrating and something that I want rectified within this line. Hasbro really need to listen to the fans on this one, and while I appreciate the fact that they're doing Cobra Island and different offsets of this, I think now is not the time to be doing sublines within this line, particularly when this line is so fresh and that everybody wants to collect these characters and they want the army build. There have been significant issues that we've seen with these army building characters and with Target. You just have to look at the forums, you just have to look at Facebook groups, you have to look online, even in the Hasbro Pulse Instagram, there are people commenting underneath it, screaming, saying, "No, this is ridiculous. They can't believe it." There's people that were on that chat saying that they've tapped out of this line already because they just can't fill all of these gaps. I mean, that's Baroness, Roadblock, Beachhead, a Cobra Infantry Trooper, a Viper, and Firefly now. That's a significant roster. Like I said, these characters will get repainted in some way and possibly retooled and put into the main line down the line, but that shouldn't really be an option. Everybody should have the option to get these characters from the off, and I think exclusives really need to go away, and they need to stop doing this sort of stuff because it just frustrates, angers and stresses fans out, and it doesn't make the experience enjoyable anymore. So I think that they should think very heavily on that one. Like I said, I think the Hasbro panel for G.I. Joe, given it's a flagship brand, wasn't good. I think overall, 4 figures for a classified line that's just new wasn't good enough. There was no sort of talk of how they would rectify this exclusive nonsense, and there was no talk of how they would give stores the opportunity to order more cases or have solids of figures or maybe producing more figures of popular characters. They did say they would be producing more of the Supreme Leader Cobra Commander, and they would be producing more of the Snake Eyes exclusive. Great, but then they said that they were in limited quantities and they were just available on Hasbro Pulse. So if you're an international fan, you can forget about them yet again, which is a mad business model in itself. It's absolutely crazy. So what do they do going forward? Well, my suggestion would be this. You stop the exclusives. If you want to have a subline like this Cobra Island stuff, release them in the main line. Nobody's going to be bothered if you have a four figure wave, and in that wave you have half or one of those characters that are featured in this Cobra Island storyline. That would be your choice then, whether you want to buy them or sell them on. That would be the way I would do it going forward. I do think Hasbro's hands were tied today somewhat, given the fact that the movie has been pushed back, which I'm sure that the figures have been in planned preparation. Everything was ready to go and the movie was pushed back, so I'm sure that dented Hasbro's plans. But we've seen on other panels today that we've seen, and yesterday, with Star Wars and Hasbro's Marvel Legends, that we were able to see prototypes of figures that will be coming out. So why then did Hasbro decide not to show us Flint or Lady J or any of the other characters that I've talked about in previous videos that are more or less confirmed now at this stage with the leaks that have come out and that I've reported on? Why did they not show something to do with them? Instead of just 4 figures today, show us 6, 7, 8 maybe. Maybe even a vehicle. Something that would have tied fans over. Instead they went on to the vintage collection of 3 3/4 inch, and while I'm sure 3 3/4 inch fans were very happy, 6-inch fans were saying 4 figures and that's it. 2 of his exclusives that I probably won't be able to get, so 2 figures really, and they're coming out in February next year. Great. What's the excitement going on there? I thought there was a lot left to be desired on that panel, and I think that they really need to look at that going forward. Now, we do expect them over the next couple of weeks to do this Fan Force Friday, Fan Force Monday sort of stuff, and come out and say, here's a new figure that we're releasing, and we're releasing it in this wave, because I do think that they're in the process now at the moment of reshuffling the waves due to the beer bug halting the movie from coming out anytime soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've seen plenty of comments in the previous videos, and I love to see them from the fans that agree with me that these figures being exclusives are absolutely dreadful to get and are a massive headache and have made people just walk away from the line instantly. That's 2 waves in, and people have already said that's enough, I'm not having it anymore. We've seen that the G.I. Joe community are absolutely fantastic and they're so supportive of this brand, but Hasbro are not giving them a chance. I have yet to see Duke where I am. I've yet to see Scarlet where I am. That's not good enough. They're 2 prominent characters in your brand. Why are they not here? Why are they not mass released? Why are they not in most retail stores here in Ireland? That is baffling decisions. This is your flagship brand, and it just looks like a lot of the time they don't care. and this is a brand new brand coming out from them. It doesn't make sense. Whoever's in charge of this one needs to look at it very, very seriously and see what direction they're going in, because at the moment it's directionless, it's rudderless. Nobody knows what they're doing. I would like to see this improved. Do you agree with me in the comments? If you don't, let me know. If you think that these are very easy to get and you would like to see Hasbro continue the way they are, let me know. I'd love to see the positivity from you and what you think they should do with this line. What do you think of these 4 figures? Are these figures that you're going to pick up, or are they 4 figures maybe that you're going to pass on now? I personally would really love to get these too, but the stress that's going to come with trying to get these, is it going to be worth it? You know, we have to wait and see. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. I love hearing from people and I love engaging as well too with everybody on the videos. It's great stuff. Anyway, good luck.